Hello everyone, welcome to Anime Dreams. Today, we're diving into a fascinating what-if scenario. What if Naruko Uzumaki was the Juubi's chosen vessel? A quick disclaimer before we start, the content on this channel is purely for entertainment and discussion purposes. I do not own any of the anime footage used in my videos, all rights and credits belong to their respective creators and copyright holders. Now, let's jump right in and explore this alternate Naruto universe through Naruko's perspective. Naruko's resolve. High above the battlefield, Obito stood atop the massive creature, his voice carrying across the open space. "So," he said calmly, "you really thought you could stop every one of my allies, Naruko?" Naruko didn't answer right away. She stood still, holding Neji gently in her arms. He had stepped in front of danger to shield her moments before, and now he lay quietly, peaceful but unresponsive. Her chest felt tight, and tears shimmered in her eyes, though she held them back with all her strength. Beside her, Hinata couldn't hold her emotions any longer. Tears slipped down her cheeks. Naruko spoke softly, without turning around. "Hinata. Please take Neji somewhere safe. I'll take care of things here." Hinata gasped. But Naruko. You shouldn't face this by yourself." Naruko's voice was steady, even though her heart was heavy. "I'm thankful you were here for me. Truly. But I can't let any more of my friends get hurt. I won't." Her eyes stayed locked forward, filled with determination. Nearby, Kakashi watched quietly. A small smile appeared beneath his mask, remembering a younger version of himself who once said similar words. Naruko turned slightly. "Hinata, please. Trust me. Take him and go." Hinata hesitated, remembering the plan they had all agreed on. Finally, she nodded. "Okay. But please be careful." With great care, Hinata carried Neji toward the back lines. At the rear lines. Hinata quickly found Sakura and gently lowered Neji beside her. "Sakura. Is there anything you can do?" Hinata asked, her voice trembling. Sakura knelt, focusing carefully. After a quiet moment, she slowly lowered her hands. Her expression softened with sadness. "I'm so sorry, Hinata," Sakura said gently. "He protected everyone with his whole heart. Right now, all we can do is honor that." Hinata covered her face, tears falling freely. Sakura wrapped an arm around her shoulders, offering comfort. Sakura then looked toward the battlefield, where Naruko stood tall, preparing to act. "Please. Stay safe," Sakura thought. Naruko's inner strength. Naruko took a deep breath and centered herself. "Kurama?" she asked silently. "I'm here," Kurama replied. "But I can't share much energy yet." "That's okay," Naruko answered. "I need something else. Can you help me reach the heart of that giant being, like before?" Kurama paused. "That's risky. It doesn't think the way others do." "I know," Naruko said calmly. "But this plan came from someone who believed in all of us. If there's even a chance to bring balance back, I have to try." There was a long silence. Then Kurama spoke again. "All right. I'll help. But if things feel unsafe, I'm bringing you back immediately." Naruko smiled, full of gratitude. "Deal. Thank you." "Then get ready," Kurama said. "Here we go." Naruko closed her eyes, steady and hopeful, carrying with her the trust of her friends and the belief that courage and kindness could still shape the future. Naruko closed her eyes and took a slow, steady breath. After a few quiet moments, she noticed something strange. There was no sound at all. No wind. No echoes. Nothing. Naruko understood then that Kurama's plan had worked. Her awareness had gently shifted into the heart of the Juubi's mind. When she opened her eyes, she froze in amazement. There was no ground beneath her feet. She floated peacefully in open space, surrounded by swirling colors, deep reds, soft purples, calm grays, and gentle shadows of black. The colors moved like slow clouds in the sky, blending together in quiet patterns. Instead of feeling scary, the space felt lonely. Naruko reached out with her thoughts. "Kurama? Are you still with me?" she asked softly. At first, there was no answer. "Kurama?" she tried again. Then, at last, a familiar voice responded. "Yes, Naruko. I'm here," Kurama said calmly. "It seems we made it inside." Naruko looked around again. "This place feels empty. Why is it like this?" Kurama paused before answering. "The Juubi exists without connection. No homes, no landmarks, no warmth. This space reflects that, an endless place with nothing to hold on to. Naruko's expression softened. That sounds really lonely. Before Kurama could reply, another voice echoed through the swirling colors. It was deep and powerful, but strangely flat, like it carried no warmth. Who are you? The voice asked. How did you enter this place? Naruko turned and saw a massive shadow forming in front of her. A flash of light revealed a single, watchful eye observing her carefully. Even though it was large and intimidating, Naruko didn't move away. She steadied herself and met its gaze. My name is Naruko Uzumaki, she said clearly. I'm connected to Kurama, and he helped me speak with you. The Juubi studied her in silence. And why have you come? Naruko didn't hesitate. I want to understand you. And I want to help. The Juubi seemed surprised. Help me? It said, sounding puzzled. Why would you want to do that? Naruko folded her arms, thoughtful but confident. Because I don't think anyone should be used or controlled. Not you. Not the tailed beasts. Not anyone. The Juubi was quiet for a long moment. You believe I was meant only to cause harm, Naruko continued gently. But I don't believe that's the whole story. The Juubi's eye narrowed slightly. Explain. You were once whole, Naruko said. Then you were separated, and from you came beings who learned friendship and kindness. They cared. That means those feelings came from you too. The space around them grew calmer, the swirling colors slowing. The sage who sealed you away didn't do it out of hate, Naruko said. He wanted peace. And even if you couldn't hear him then, maybe you can now. Another voice joined in. Naruko is right, Kurama said. You are more than what others say you are. The Juubi remained silent, but the air felt different, less heavy, less empty. Naruko smiled softly. You don't have to decide anything today. Just know this, someone sees you as more than a problem. And I'll keep believing in that. The colors around them glowed just a little brighter. And for the first time in a very long while, the empty space didn't feel quite so alone. Naruko was startled to hear Kurama's voice again and to see him appear beside her. The Sage of Six Paths, my creator, never meant for things to go this way, Kurama began softly. He spoke to the 9 of us after we were created and told us that we were not monsters. We were brothers. Even if we were separated, we would still be connected. We understood his words with pure hearts, no hate, no suspicion. It was I who sowed discord among us after he passed. I thought I was the strongest because I had the most tails. I tried to claim leadership over the others, and in my pride, I turned us against one another. They only sought to prove themselves because I forced conflict. That was my mistake. I see it now, I am no more powerful than they are. We are equals. That is what our Creator taught us. And I ignored it. I regret my actions, and now, I will do whatever I can to make amends. Kurama, Naruko whispered, her heart swelling with understanding. She smiled at Kurama's words. The 9 tails had truly changed since she first met him. Hearing him speak like this made her believe even more in the path of friendship, trust, and hope. Very well. I'll play along for now, a deep voice rumbled. Say all of this is true. Then what is my purpose on this world? Naruko took a deep breath, standing tall. Think about it, Juubi. If the world was made for humans and creatures like us, why would one being, you, be created just to harm it? You were made to protect this world. All the power you hold could defend anyone or anything from danger. The Sage of Six Paths knew that. That's why he split you into 9, and why he asked us to remain connected, not just to protect each other, but to protect the world around us. You chose a path of chaos, yes, but only because you had the freedom to choose. You are your own being, Juubi. You don't have to do what others want. You can choose kindness. You can choose to protect instead of harm. Right now, Obito and Madara want to use you to control everything. But that's not your choice to make. You can stand with us. You can help protect the world. Please, believe me. This is the right path. Kurama's eyes glimmered with pride. Naruko had grown so much, she had learned to inspire others with her courage and compassion. I have heard enough, Juubi finally said. Huh? Naruko blinked. Suddenly, a black mist began to swirl, surrounding them. Naruko. We need to retreat. This is dangerous, Kurama shouted. No. I won't leave, she declared firmly. Kurama froze. What? Naruko, this isn't safe. You could. I still believe in the Juubi. I won't turn back, she shouted. The darkness enveloped them completely, and for a moment, everything went silent. Back in the outside world. The battlefield was strangely still. The Juubi no longer moved. Madara and Obito looked at each other, puzzled. The allied shinobi forces were frozen in place as well, waiting to see the outcome of Naruko's bold plan, following Shikaku's last instructions to be patient. What's happening? Did we lose control of the Juubi? Obito asked nervously. No, if that were the case, it would be rampaging already. Something else is happening, Madara murmured. And the other shinobi are holding back, they know something we don't. Could they have found a way to stop it? Obito wondered. No, Madara said firmly. If we couldn't control it together, there's no way anyone weaker could. Suddenly, Naruko coughed, and everyone's eyes widened. She began to sway, almost collapsing to the ground. Naruko, Sakura shouted, rushing to her side. Naruko smiled weakly up at her friends, determination shining in her eyes. I believe we can protect everyone, together. No, did she fail? Kakashi whispered to no one in particular. Sakura ran toward Naruko, while Shikamaru, Kakashi, the rest of the Rookie Nine, and all the other shinobi in the allied forces watched on with wide-eyed concern. Sakura came to a sliding halt beside where Naruko had fallen. She quickly checked for signs of life, her face a mix of worry and disbelief. No, this can't be, she whispered. Naruko. You can't, please, stay with us. The others gasped. Their hope seemed to hang by a thread. Naruko, their last chance, seemed lifeless. Is it really true? Is she gone? Hinata whispered, tears brimming in her eyes. This can't happen, Kiba said, shaking his head. Sakura bent closer, her forehead pressed against Naruko's chest. Memories flooded her mind, the times they were Jinan together on Team 7, the playful arguments, the moments Naruko had always been there for her, even when Sakura hadn't realized how much Naruko cared. Every mission, every challenge, every small act of courage replayed in her thoughts. And she finally understood how much she loved her. Oh Naruko. I was so blind, Sakura whispered through tears. It took me so long to realize it. I love you. I've always loved you. Please don't leave me now. Suddenly, a faint pulse of energy radiated from Naruko. Sakura's eyes widened as she felt the familiar warmth of her chakra. She quickly checked again, her heart leapt. Naruko's pulse was steady. Her eyes fluttered open, shining with determination and light. What? She's alive? Naruko, Sakura exclaimed, joy and relief washing over her. Even the enemies paused, caught off guard by the sudden resurgence of energy. The great Juubi trembled, shaking violently. Madara and Obito, who had been controlling it, struggled to maintain their grip. But down below, Naruko stood, her eyes glowing with sage mode energy. Sakura, still on her knees beside her, stared in disbelief. Naruko Uzumaki, I believe in you, the Juubi's voice echoed in her mind. Thank you. I won't betray your trust, Naruko thought back, a serene smile spreading across her face. The Juubi's massive form began to glow, splitting into 7 bijou that floated gracefully in the air. Madara and Obito panicked as the enormous chakra shifted, no longer under their control. Naruko felt the combined energy flow through her power amplified by her bond with the bijou. It's time to protect everyone, and end this peacefully, she declared. She turned to Sakura and knelt down, enveloping her in a warm hug. Sakura froze for a moment, then hugged back tightly, not wanting to let go. I love you, Sakura whispered. I love you too, Naruko replied softly. Now go back with the others. I'll handle this. Sakura nodded, tears still streaming down her face, and returned to the group. She glanced back once, seeing Naruko stand tall, calm and radiant, ready to face the challenges ahead. The bijou surrounded Naruko, their collective energy forming a protective aura. Then, one by one, they converged their power into her, lifting her into the air. She glowed with light, stronger than ever before. Your plans won't succeed, Naruko said calmly to Obito and Madara. There is still hope in this world, and that hope is stronger than fear. 7 familiar figures appeared from all directions, the revived Jinchuriki, standing tall and ready to support Naruko. Gaara stepped forward, followed by the others, smiling with confidence. The bijou restored us, Gaara explained. We're here to help, just like Naruko said. Naruko's eyes closed briefly. When they opened, a unique light shone from them, a combination of Byakugan, Sharingan, and Rinnegan, symbolizing her unity with the powers around her. She radiated hope and courage. And that hope, Naruko said, her voice echoing with quiet strength, is what will bring peace to everyone, once and for all. The stage was set. United by trust, friendship, and love, Naruko and the Bijou stood ready, not to fight for destruction, but to protect the world and everyone in it. The final challenge begins. Naruko stared down Obito and Madara with her new dojutsu, the Triagon. Obito's face was twisted in frustration. You could practically hear his teeth clenching. Madara, ever composed, remained calm, though even he knew this would be no easy challenge, especially now that all 9 revived Jinchuriki had regained control of their Bijou. Some even retained a single Sharingan or Rinnegan, a lingering power from the past. It matters little that the Jinchuriki have regained their Bijou, Madara said coolly. We are still stronger. Obito spun around, disbelief flashing across his face. Are you serious? Look at this, he exclaimed, gesturing toward Naruko and the other Jinchuriki. We don't stand a chance now. There's no way to come out ahead. Chance? Naruko said, her tone calm but sharp. Obito blinked at her. What? You said there's no way to win, Naruko continued, stepping closer. But wasn't it you who once said that hope is what keeps people from giving up? That giving up is the real failure? Obito's anger boiled over. He lunged forward, attempting to intimidate her with a flash of energy, but before he could reach her, another figure stepped in, blocking him effortlessly. Your challenge isn't with her, Obito, the newcomer said. Obito froze. Your challenge is with me? Kakashi's eyes, Sharingan blazing with determination, locked on him. Obito scowled. Step aside. I have no interest in anyone else right now. Too bad, Kakashi replied calmly. You're not getting anywhere near Naruko until you face me. The air between them crackled with tension. Obito huffed. Fine. If you want a challenge, we'll have one, but not here. This is just between us. Then follow me, Kakashi said, already moving away from the main battlefield. Naruko watched them go, her Byakugan vision showing their path clearly. She whispered quietly, hoping her sensei could stay safe. Then, turning back to Madara, she assessed the situation. Obito let his emotions guide him, she observed. Now he's separated from the rest. He won't get far. Madara's expression remained unchanged. Then it matters little. I am confident I can handle the rest myself. Naruko folded her arms, her voice calm but firm. Listen, everyone. He's far too formidable for any of you to face alone. Even with all of us together, this is a challenge for the 9 of us, the Jinchuriki must handle this one. No one spoke out of turn, they all respected her judgment. Hinata, standing near her late cousin's memory, prayed quietly for Naruko's safety. Sakura watched Naruko with admiration, inspired by her courage and leadership. Are we ready to show him what teamwork can do? Naruko asked, glancing at the 8 Jinchuriki standing behind her. Ready. They called in unison, B adding his usual flourish, fool. You fool. Gaara, you're the general. Lead the charge, Naruko instructed. Gaara nodded solemnly. All right. Attack. The 8 Jinchuriki surged forward, moving as one toward Madara, who did not even flinch. Instead, his focus remained on Naruko, a silent challenge in his eyes. This won't be enough, he murmured. Meanwhile, Kakashi and Obito faced each other at a safe distance. The world around them was quiet except for the distant sounds of the main challenge. Seems they've already started, Kakashi said. Obito didn't respond. His gaze stayed fixed. Not in the mood to talk, old friend? Kakashi tried again. I have nothing to say, Obito replied coldly. I understand. But I'm sorry, Kakashi admitted. For what? Obito asked, uninterested. I promised I would keep her safe. But I didn't. Obito's voice was flat. I know. I saw. Kakashi blinked, shocked. Saw? How? You collapsed after. After she was gone, Obito said evenly. Kakashi's voice faltered. You don't understand. I had no choice. I didn't. Then enlighten me, Obito said. Kakashi looked at the ground, taking a deep breath. When he raised his head, he met Obito's eyes. She was a spy, Kakashi said softly. A spy? Obito tilted his head, intrigued. For the Hidden Mist Village. Or as it was called then, the Bloody Mist Village, Kakashi continued. Obito's expression remained unreadable. Go on. Rin and I were on a mission, Kakashi said, and we were ambushed. Or at least, I thought it was an ambush. It was actually a trap. She was meant to return to the Mist Village with secrets about Konoha. So she was a traitor, and you were supposed to fail? Obito asked. No. I realized the trap in time. The leader ordered her to deceive me, but when I turned to her, she had already made her choice. A choice to protect her friends, even at great risk to herself. Obito paused. And you never knew? Kakashi's eyes glimmered with sorrow. I only realized afterward. She believed in what was right, even when no one else did. For a moment, the two former friends just stared at each other, the weight of the past heavy but tempered with the hope that the present offered a new path, a chance to show courage without giving in to anger. A gentle turning point, Naruko's world. Naruko stood quietly at the edge of the clearing, her heart heavy as she listened to the truth unfold. The story wasn't about anger anymore, it was about choice, fear, and the weight of loyalty. The girl in the memory had been trembling, tears falling freely as she shook her head. Her hands refused to move. I can't, she had whispered. I won't. An authority figure had demanded she act anyway, but she stayed still. Even then, she understood something painful. Once secrets are uncovered, there is often no simple way forward. She believed she wouldn't be welcomed back, no matter what she chose. Instead of harming anyone, she made a brave request. She asked for the story to end with honesty, not blame. She wanted peace more than anything. When the memory faded, the two former teammates stood facing one another in silence. So, one asked softly, do you still resent me? The answer came as a surprise. No, the other replied. I'm thankful. Thankful? Yes. Because now I know the truth. And because she stayed kind until the very end. But pain still lingered. Confusion turned into raised voices, and old misunderstandings resurfaced. Accusations flew, not as attacks, but as cries from hearts that had never healed. Naruko watched closely. She saw what others missed, neither of them truly wanted to fight. They were trapped by feelings they never learned how to release. Instead of rushing in, Naruko took a steady breath. This doesn't have to end in more hurt, she said clearly, stepping forward. Her voice wasn't loud, but it carried warmth and certainty. You're both still here. That means there's still a chance to choose something better. The tension paused. Around them, powerful techniques shimmered, but none were used to harm. Barriers of light formed instead, gently separating everyone so no one could act out of fear alone. Energy flickered like fireflies, beautiful and calm. Far away, other champions stood together, not to overpower anyone, but to protect one another. Sand shaped itself into shields. Light and warmth met in the air and balanced out. Every move was about defense, cooperation, and hope. A towering guardian of glowing energy appeared, not as a threat, but as a reminder of responsibility. Naruko clenched her fists, not in anger, but in resolve. This is not the end, she said. It's the moment where we stop repeating the same pain. She smiled, not because everything was fixed, but because she believed it could be. And in Naruko's world, that belief mattered more than any show of power. Dear YouTube family, this is all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. Your support keeps the dreams alive and the stories coming. Thank you for being part of this journey. Warm regards. Anime Dreams.